Which of the following actions is considered unprofessional conduct for a notary public? Let's look at the four choices to determine our solution. Choice A states, refusing to notarize a document on a Sunday. Now, while the law provides that there are certain notarial actions that a notary can do on a Sunday, that does not require the notary public to notarize on a Sunday, and therefore refusing to notarize a document on a Sunday would not be considered unprofessional conduct, and therefore choice A is not our solution. Choice B states, notarizing a document without the signatory being present. Well, let's have a look at the professional conduct section of the Notary Public License Law to see what it says about this. It states here that the practice of taking acknowledgments and affidavits over the telephone or otherwise without the actual personal appearance of the individual making the acknowledgment or affidavit before the officiating notary is illegal. And I'm not going to read it for the purposes of this question now, but if you look at the next two paragraphs, there is some case law that speaks to the gravity of the professional misconduct of doing so. So it seems that choice B would be our solution. However, before we confirm this, let's have a look at choices C and D just to be certain. Choice C states, asking for identification before notarizing a document. Well, if we look at section 182.5 of the Notary Public License Law, in fact, it states that it is incumbent upon a notary public to ask for identification before notarizing, and therefore, not only is choice C not unprofessional conduct, it's actually what the notary public is supposed to do, and therefore choice C is not our solution. And finally, choice D states, using a seal that clearly identifies the notary public. If we look at the section entitled Seal under the Notary Public License Law, in fact it states that if a seal is used, because it's not mandated, but if it is used, it should sufficiently identify the notary public. So, using a seal that clearly identifies the notary public is actually what must take place, and therefore choice D is not our solution, which leaves choice B, notarizing a document without the signatory being present, as the correct solution.